challenge the establishment, and I want to be one of those people that challenge the establishment.
What you just said is amazing. It's really strange. But do you know the poem which says this? Well, it's just remind me of what you said. Those who dream by night, in the dusty recesses of their mind, wake in the day to find that all is vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they act upon their visions with open eyes and make them happen.
That's deep shit.
It's not simple. The way you said it was very exactly.
Who's the poet here?
I read up about you, and you've met so many amazing people. You've met Bob Marley, you've met Nelson Mandela. Who is the person that sticks out the most to you?
Wow, that's a really interesting question.
Because I read a story that when you met Nelson Mandela, he was a fan of yours.
Yeah, that was really bizarre.
Isn't that amazing?
What happened was, when he was in prison, he actually had a kind of government in exile in prison, so he had a Minister of Education and a Minister of Transport and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I also met the prison guards that held him captive, and they said they would nick newspapers, and then they would look at the news of the day and talk about what they would do as a government.
Oh, wow.
So one day he was given a parcel of my poetry and music. In those days it was cassettes. And they played it all and read it all, and then sat down and talked about, you know, the political situation in Britain, what they would do as a government.
Yeah.
And when I met Mandela, he was like thanking me for all the work I've done in supporting the struggle against apartheid. And I'm saying, oh, come on, man, you know, I'm thanking you for being such an inspiration. Yeah. And also Bob Marley, when I was a kid, I wrote a letter to him.
Did you?
Yeah, I wrote a letter and sent him some poems and said, you know, my name's Benjamin Zephaniah, I come from Birmingham, and I write poetry. Oh, wow. And he wrote me a letter back, a handwritten letter, and said something like, Britain needs you, keep going. And so again, it was very inspirational to me. I was about 15 at the time.
Britain, what an amazing thing.
And then about...
Do you still have that?
No.
How have you lost that?
I left it at girlfriend's house.
Oh.
Quickly.
Did you use that letter to go and see wine?
Oh, I use it all the time. My mate Bob.
Favourite Bob Marley song? Got to be Redemption song, isn't it?
Yeah, I love Redemption song. But I love Bob Marley as a poet.
All right.
You know, I see him as a poet. This morning I woke up in a curfew. Oh God, I was a prisoner too. Could not recognise the faces standing over me, all dressed in uniforms of brutality. How many rivers do we have to cross before we can talk to the boss? I mean, that's a song lyric, but it's a poem, it's beautiful. Not one of his most popular lyrics, but to me, one of his most powerful.
Honestly, if I was a woman right now, it must, have you ever, here's a question, have you ever used poetry to woo ladies?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. That's why I'm still single.
Do you ever get stage fright?
No, not really.
Okay. No. Some poets do. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this, but this is both toe-curlingly awkward and very funny.
So you're going to do a spoken word for us now, right?
Right.
And tell us what we're about to hear.
It's just a freestyle.
Okay.
I'm just going to pick it up as
freestyle. Well, let me sit back. Go ahead, Marshall.
Okay. Years ago, they tried to put me in the... This is live.
Did you want to try to read something from your book?
Yeah.
Who is your favourite poet? Do you have, or your favourite poem? Is there one?
Well, my favourite poem is by Adrian Mitchell. Very short poem. The version I like is only in 3 lines.
Okay.
Most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignores most people. I think that's very true. A lot of people write poetry that's pretentious.
Yeah.
It's trying to show off how educated they are. I want to take poetry off the bookshelf and give it back to the people. I want to make it musical, I want to make it funny, I want to make it serious.
But it's just so,
I want people to understand that poetry's for them.
We can have a go, we can try and write a poem. Just write a poem. Just write a poem about the news. It'll be fun, won't it?
It depends on what day you write it on.
It does.
You know.
Benjamin Zephaniah. Vladimir Putin is a liar. Seems to me the world's a farce, obsessed with Kim Kardashian's arse. Switch on the telly, there's news that will amuse, make you cry or sob. Taking the piss, that's my job.
You know what? I reckon his brother wrote that.
If my brother wrote that, it would have a different rhyme for job. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. It's been a genuine pleasure.
It's my pleasure, man.